Yes, boss. You see it, man. Let's do it. Let's get it, man. How to know if someone is a predator or how to know if somebody's preying on you, right? You already know it. This is another one I had tucked away, man. I got a lot of them. So here's the deal, right? A predator, I don't mean that as far as like in the animal kingdom. Predator as in someone who looks for a target, right? And to be real, a lot of predators, they do share somewhat of the same type of traits. You get what I'm saying? So this is how you spot one, right? So in order for a predator or somebody to accomplish their goals, they're going to need to seek out a target. You get what I'm saying? And what they do is they like to befriend people, get close to people, see what type of information they can extract out of you, right? So there's certain types of people that they go for. You ever notice that there's some people in the world with low self-esteem, or certain people where they may not be same as needing approval, low self-esteem, or needing validation. Those are the main people that they go after. But as well as that, people with no experience to life. So here's the deal. In life, I said this before and I made a video about it. A sucker is born every single day. Without life experience, you can succumb to somebody in their games. Without knowing what's going on or having someone to teach you, you can be taken for a ride. So the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a lot of people who don't know the signs and they miss out on certain things. And truthfully, I've been a person who's been victimized by somebody before. So you got to understand that there's certain traits. They're always going to go out for people who they think are lacking or need approval. So here's the deal. Going out into the world, certain people may not know how to pick it up, but it's a body language type of thing. Somebody that looks like they're lost or out of place, all it takes is a simple conversation to see if that person really is lost, or picking up on certain signs of sending somebody that person's way. There's always a game that people like to run, but that's one of the main things. So understand this, right? Manipulation. In order for somebody to manipulate you and be successful at it, as I stated, you have to be weak in some form of an area. You don't have friends? Guess what? I'll be your friend. You don't have anybody that loves you? Guess what? It's all love over here. That's how somebody can start the manipulation game. So you got to understand that, right? In efforts to manipulate somebody, they're manipulating to gain trust. Even if that means creating a problem so they can be the solution, there are people who do this. Narcissistic people do this stuff as well. So you got to understand something. Creating a scenario to become the solution changes who you are in that person's light or in their eyesight that you're mainly trying to manipulate. Because it looks like, yo, this is probably the blessing I've been looking for, the blessing from God or somebody who's my friend or a ride or die or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Understand this in life. There are some people who haven't experienced these things. So some people they might go out of their way to see who's my friend or, yo, where are my friends going to be at? You got to understand that the situation is different for everybody. You feel me? Give you a quick example about me for those who don't know. Because I'm not from America and I had a lot of difficulties understanding America, that's how I was able to get finessed a lot. As well as that, my mom abusing me. My mom not teaching me shit. My mom raising me to be stupid. So that's why it's like I felt victim so much times, because there's a lot of things I couldn't pick up and see. Sometimes going through pain, as fucked up as it sounds, going through pain or going through something screwed up, it changes you as to where you see things different. Trauma taught you certain things. You get what I'm saying? It's like you wish to learn and understand these things before the pain happens, but sometimes it doesn't go that way in life. You feel me? Now, as well as that, exploitation. People who cannot say no. This is something that's very big. Notice that there are a lot of people in life who are very soft-hearted. I can't say no. It burns me to say no to somebody. Guess what? That's something predators love to hear. Predators love to hear when somebody says, no, I can't say no to you. But I'm trying my hardest. I can't say no to you. Or, I'll try my hardest for you. These are words that they're looking for. Because why? In order for me to exploit you, or in order for me to get something up out of you or take something up off you, I have to run stories to you, make you feel sorry for me. This is something that I used to go through a lot. So the reason how O'Neal played me and certain shit like that, it was always a sorry story. Now I understood in life on a later end how that can hurt you, bruh. You always showing sympathy for people and none for yourself, or not being aware of the full situation, that can suck all the love up out of you to the point where you don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So in order for you to hit a point of no return, you want to make sure that you catch yourself. Catch on to what's going on. Listen to what people are saying. If people like to always bring the sob story to you, there's nothing wrong with telling people, bro, not today, I can't hear that. Sometimes people are doing that so you can build up feelings in your heart towards them. Like, man, I got to try my hardest and help this person. This is how people play on someone's kind heart, bro. Playing like they're somebody's friend. Playing like they're somebody close to them. This is how I got finessed a lot in life, bro. And this is why I started to sit down and think. Because of my mom and what she did, that was an open game. That was a calculated game. If I break you down, don't validate you, don't support you, don't none of that stuff, you're either going to have to beg for it from me or seek it out in the world. There's a lot of kids who could have got love and appreciation at home. Their parents or whoever just chose not to give it to them, not to show it to them, not to validate them. Because there are a lot of parents who are jealous of their children. You feel me? So little things like that I started picking up and understand. That's why I had the problems I had. That's why I ran into all these shitty ass people. That's why I got finessed by some females when I was younger. That's why I'm not jaded. That's why I'm like leery to deal with people or go around people, because I learned a lot of things in a fucked up way. Now, as well as that, besides exploitation, there are people who like to push boundaries, cross lines. Let me see what it is that I could do, or get up out of you, or you said, no, you can't do this. I'm going to test that line. I got to test them waters to see how far I can go with this shit, bruh. So it's just like, you ever told somebody before, bruh, I'm not home or whatever, and they still showed up to your house. It's like they could read you. Here's the thing. I'm going to teach you something. There are some people who know that, this person's lying. They're at home right now. Or let me push the boundary, and they'll still show up to your house, or they'll still cross you, or still cross that line, because there are people that are calculating you. Let me see how far I could go with this shit. Let me see how far I could suck at this nigga. That's why I tell you all these stories all the time, so you can pick up and put down what I'm saying. Certain people, once they've gotten comfortable with you, they're going to steadily try you. It doesn't matter if you and them been friends forever. It doesn't matter if you and them been in a relationship forever. This is the dynamic that's been built up. Yo, we've been dating for years on end. Guess what? What make you think that you fully know that person? I'm not doing that to create doubt in your mind, but think about it. There are people who have a game built up for them. I know that this person will buy me whatever it is that I want. All I got to do is play a sob story. Oh, I know that this girl going to do whatever it is for me. All I got to do is just play on her kind nature. These are tricks that I learned from people. And that's how some people got what it is that they want. By manipulating people and pushing boundaries. The next one, coercion. This can go different ways. Either coercion or control tactics to intimidate somebody. This is all strategies that predators use once they got you what they're trying to do to reel in their prey, all of that shit, right? So here's the deal. Remember the story that I told you about O'Neal? O'Neal, I found out that he was giving money to his co-defendant. This is the same nigga that you label as a snitch, bro. So you want me to chime in on your game? No, nigga. This is where a lot of issues took place. Because I told him I'm not doing that, and that's not solid. This is the same person you label as a snitch. Because you're not going to coerce, you're not going to fall into my game, I got to go to the next game. I got to use intimidation on you. I got to scare you. I got to put some type of fear in you. If I put fear in you the right way, that means you'll what? You'll either conform to me, or you'll just go away, or you'll come back out of what? Fear. This is how fear works, bro. I'm going to teach you some shit, bro. So you ever notice that you've seen somebody like, yo, like, why is this person like, it's like, it seems like they're off, or something's missing, or something's going on. You don't know what went on in the background, if this person got their life threatened, or if certain people cut you off to save a situation because they don't want a third party to harm you, or you don't know what the situation is. But sometimes you just got to sit down and read between the lines, bro. Besides coercion and intimidation tactics, monitoring. this is where monitoring spirits come about. The minute I broke away from the music thing, I got a shit ton of friend requests from people that O'Neal threatened me with. Like threaten as in, oh, this person will come see you. This person, all I'm seeing is Cameron Cotton in my shit. Sheldon Milbury. All of these people he named. And it's like, bro, it taught me something. What if this nigga is using all of his friends that got real deal gang muscle to try and bait me into a situation, bro? And I said, yo, in that moment when I looked at it, I'm like, yo, that's pussy as fuck. If you gotta go that hard to try and muscle somebody into doing something, you're really weak, bro. And this is how shit can backfire on him. He don't know I screenshotted all of that shit. This is all evidence I'm going to use to present a bit like something bigger later on down the line. Because that's a dirty game, bro. To play certain games with people and feel like, oh, I could try this person or play with this person. They're only going to run that with people that they feel like don't really have no life experience. How you think I gained the knowledge that I have, bro? I learned a lot of shit in a fucked up manner. Things that could have been taught to me because I'm the type of child, if you tell me, hey, don't do that, I'm going to listen to you. I might want to ask you, hey, yeah, I know you said don't do this. I'm not challenging you. Could you please explain? Just a little guidance, just a little lesson. I'm not going to try you, but I noticed something. When people feel like you're the type of person that's going to conform, they're going to try and run more games on you. Oh, you have a fearness about you, or you're trying to walk the straight and narrow? We're going to do it to you. Because we believe you're that type of person that'll fold under pressure. This is all a game tactic, bruh. So understand this. That's the reason why somebody would send monitoring spirits. They'll want to try and block you off from your family and friends. That's another thing. Isolation. Anybody that tries to isolate you from your family and friends is not for your highest good. Why would somebody want to take you away from your family and friends? So they can't see what's going on. They cannot block the game that they have going on. If that person wants to harm you, you don't have any access to anybody to what? Come help you. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason for this shit. So you got to understand that there's a bigger game as to why people do these things. Then as well as that, right? These are the same people that refuse accountability. That's why they change narratives all the time. You ever notice that whenever somebody did something that you cannot put your finger on and you try to question them, it's like they can't keep a straight story. It's like they got to switch it up all the time because you weren't supposed to be this inquisitive, goddammit. You weren't supposed to be this knowing. You're supposed to accept whatever lie I tell you. That way you don't ask questions. You feel me? This is all a game I learned from my mom and that little weird nigga O'Neal, right? So understand this. That's to create new narratives about a person so they can shift blame and avoid being held accountable. Because mind you, a narcissist doesn't want to be held accountable. If they're held accountable and then they have to sit with themselves and look at the things that they've done, that's going to be a warm time, bro. Some people cannot sit with themselves because they know the foul, dirty, scrummy shit that they do to other people. Because a lot of people, they have an entitlement to them, right? And as well as that, the little empathy they may have, it's selective. You ever notice that there are people who show sympathy to the wrong people? Oh, this person was this, that, and the third, and they never had a fault. They never had this. There are some people who make all the excuses in the world for little dirty ass people so they can continue playing their dirty ass games. Because it's either they're a part of it or they have selective judgment. I'm going to tell you this right now, bro. There's different reasons as to why people do this shit. And lastly, the reason why some of these people prey on people or try to go after somebody, predators, whatever, it's for social engineering. And you need to understand this, and I'm going to wrap it up. Social engineering or the social dynamics is very important to them. Power is a lot to a narcissist. Power is a lot to a predator. Because once I have power, I can use it how I want to. Remember the examples I give you if you watch me. Yo, you were in the streets. This is something that's common. A lot of people would deem somebody real because they were in the streets. They went to jail. You went up the road. You never told her anything. You're solid. Wrong. You cannot deem somebody solid because, yo, they did the bare minimum. That's what you should do. If you committed a crime, take your own charge. Why would you want to go pin it on somebody else? That's fake. You get what I'm saying? Spin that around. By you co-signing somebody who's not official, not thorough, not authentic, not none of that shit. You just gave them the keys to the city to wreak havoc. Fuck over other people on account of they're real. A lot of these people see me as real. So that's what opens the doors for people to now turn a blinding eye. Their eyes are turned off because this person is identified as real. During that whole time, they did a whole bunch of whole ass shit and screwed over a lot of people. You have to understand the meaning and the importance of power. I'm going to give you a last quick example, then I'm going to wrap it up. Let's look at it from a tale of two halves, right? Let's say, this person is a regular person, right? This person is a regular person. We both got Instagrams. I got probably like 100 followers. He probably got like 300 followers. Let's say tomorrow, this dude ends up with 50K or he's making content and his shit is growing now. People are going to look at this person different now. And this is something that taught me something. Because you got numbers, we look at you as you're doing something. You got to be more realer. Wrong. Don't, just because you see somebody with money or followers does not mean that they're real. Does not mean that they're solid. This is why I learned something when I was around O'Neal. When O'Neal had his followers and everything popping, he was using his power and whatever it is that he had to harm people or to turn people against people. That's why I was like, oh no, I'm getting out of this shit. Anybody who tries to do that, it's because there's a bigger longevity game down the road. I could play like I'm a hero in all of this shit, knowing damn well I was the one that was causing all of the problems. So understand this in life. Just because somebody has power or status or, man, that person has 200,000 followers does not make sure that they're real. Doesn't make them real, bro. There's a lot of people who shoot for power and numbers because guess what? That's my leverage now. That's why when I looked at that nigga O'Neal, I'm like, bro, I'm the one who's running this promo and marketing. You're not doing anything. So the minute I pull out, guess what? Your numbers should dip. And if you're that really the chef who created all this shit, you could put on the same chef hat and whip up that same greatness. You can't do it. You're not for I'm just telling you this is real, bro. Don't allow anybody or pump up or boost up somebody to where they got power, to where they can use it to harm people and do other fucking ill-advised shit to other people, bro. That's dirty, dog. Predators, they do things in a certain type of a manner. Even if it means, coercing this person on something. You won't be coerced into this? Shit, let me see if I could use manipulation. Let me see if I could bribe you on some shit. There's people who try to go to all types of lengths just to make sure that their dirty little secrets or dirty ass ways don't get put on blast. That's the real reason as to why I separated from everybody. Cut off my mom. Cut off my family. I went AWOL from people. And it's one of the best feelings. You cannot find me anymore. You cannot put lies on me. You cannot tell people what you want to tell them about me because guess what? I'm not around anymore. Whatever story you made up, you got to try your best and hope and pray that people forget that shit. Because people keep tabs on lies, bro. That's another thing people don't remember. People keep tabs on the lies that you tell them. You feel me? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I'm going to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 440 for the world, man. Just remember this in life, bro. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Those are the signs of predators, of people who are preying on somebody. Just try your hardest not to be a victim, dog. If you notice or recognize the signs, try and seek help or speak with somebody. You get what I'm saying? People who are predatorial have nothing but evil, dirty, filthy tricks up their sleeves. You just want to be the person who doesn't get caught for the game. You feel me? 440 for the world, man. Peace.